So hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk you through my first market. So on the weekend I went to Dog's Day Out in East Weldon, and it was my first ever event. With Purdy & Co. I've only ever done one other market with my old business, and that was just a local Christmas fair, autumn fair, but nothing major. I spent the entire week prepping everything. I found that having barcodes, so using Shopify's barcode maker, to be really helpful. I had some sticker paper, put that through my printer, printed out all the barcode stickers, cut them all up and stuck them to the products. And I found that this is really helpful, especially as my mum was helping me out and she doesn't know what I've named each product, and searching that product would have taken a lot longer than just scanning a barcode. So I spent the week prior prepping all of that, checking I had all my stock, and just generally getting everything into boxes ready to pack the car. So we started packing on the Thursday evening, and we were taking two cars. We were taking my mum's car and we were taking my car too. So the idea was mum would take all of the equipment, so the gazebo, shelving units, tables, our tent because we were camping, our sleeping bags, basically all of the equipment, and I would take all of the stock in my car along with Nala. So we packed it all up on the Thursday and it was all great, and it came Friday. We were going to leave at 5:30 when mum finished work. We would go straight on. And that's when things started to go wrong. So Thursday we noticed that one of my guinea pigs, Bambi, I put a little picture up here, was sadly looking really unwell. He was completely incontinent of urine to the point where he was soaked in his own urine. He wasn't really eating, wasn't running around, wasn't really squeaking. I phoned up the vets and they put me in for Friday morning. So I took him in Friday morning and we were given painkillers and some antibiotics to see how he was going, but with also the option that euthanasia may have to be an option. And sadly, he deteriorated throughout the day. He hadn't moved, and I knew that I wasn't around for the weekend ahead. And we had an appointment booked for the Monday where it was likely he would be put down anyway. So I rephoned them up and discussed with the vet, and we came to the decision that we were going to put him down on the Friday to end his pain and his suffering, because there was no point of keeping him going for a couple of days longer. So that's what we done. So at about 4 o'clock on Friday, we had to say goodbye to Bambi. And it was really tough because I knew his brother was home alone and guinea pigs are social animals. We had a blanket that we had wrapped in, so it had his scent on. And I popped that in the cage with Thumper, his brother. And I had to go to the event still. So we travelled down the Friday, got everything set up, the gazebo up, the tent up. I had the worst night's sleep ever because it was so cold. I was shivering. And now we go on to Saturday. Saturday morning, I haven't slept very well, but we get on with it. It's life. go down to put all the stock out and everything sorted, ready for the day. And it was going really well. I had my lovely friend, who's also our part-time social media manager, come and help me. So shout out to you, Sam. And it was going okay, to be fair. It was a bit slow in the morning, but events always are. And then disaster struck. And this massive gust of wind came out of nowhere, and I had my pick and mix stand. I will insert a clip of my setup. If you can watch that, so you'll understand what I'm talking about. So the pick and mix stand, despite having over 23 kilograms of treats on it, had tipped over and all the lids were off, which meant I had about 20 kilograms of treats over the floor, and my heart sunk. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, I had a bit of a breakdown with everything that happened on Friday, and then I just lost what I thought was hundreds of pounds worth of stock, which was over the floor. We couldn't operate or have dogs and visitors come in because obviously there's treats everywhere, allergies and everything. We were very, very lucky to have some lovely, lovely neighbours who came over to give a hand. So while I was in the middle of having a mental breakdown behind the gazebo, I meant to process what has just happened in the last 24 hours. And I literally turned around and said, I give up with the business, I give up with markets, I just want to go home. I don't want to do this anymore. But my mum and Sam stuck by me. They were on their hands and knees with scoops, scooping up all the treats. And we managed to salvage the majority of them. There's only 5 flavours I couldn't salvage because you can't differentiate what flavour they are. And because of allergies, I can't sell them now because we don't know what flavour was which. But we came up with a little solution and done a pre-packed pick and mix, which basically means I'll explain that it could have any of the following flavours in. So if a dog has an allergy, don't buy it. If your dog's fine with allergies, then by all means help yourself to them. And they were done at a reduced rate too. And yeah, the rest of the day we spent holding down the fort, quite literally. We had one of us at all times holding down the gazebo, despite having 25 kilograms of weights on each leg and it being pegged in. We had put an SOS call out to my dad to come and bring us more pegs and just say we need help securing everything because the shelving units had all fallen. So he was sent to go shopping to get equipment for us and then to bring it. It was about an hour and 20 minutes away from home. For the rest of the day going, I mean, I was a bit overwhelmed still, but I put on a smile, and with the help of everybody, we got through the first day. And it was quite successful. Comes Sunday, and we had a really good sleep. We slept in the car rather than the tent. It was a lot more comfortable. And then we set up for the next day, this time with everything being so nailed down and pegged down that if something was to fall, it would be a miracle because everything had strings holding onto it. And Sunday was such a busy day. It was fantastic. I got to see so many gorgeous dogs, and our photo op that wasn't really used on the first day. And I was like, was it a bit of a waste? Was honestly, it had queues for it to be used and had photos taken. Fellow businesses came to use it for photos. It was just altogether a really, really lovely day. I sponsored classes on both days, so I had to go up and speak and judge the class. I judged the junior handlers, which I think is one of the most challenging ones because you have to upset children. But we had a fantastic time, especially on the Sunday where everything seemed to work out well. And I even got to meet some lovely small businesses. I've made some amazing friends. Shout out to Paws Portraits Designs, who honestly, Rhiannon is so lovely. We spent quite a while on the Sunday having a little chit chat, and it's amazing the people you can meet from these events. And I was really nervous, and I'm a really socially anxious person, and everything was out of my comfort zone, but I'm so glad I done it. I gained so much experience, so much friendship, so much networking from it. It was just lovely. So now on to costs, because the bit that everybody loves, and I want to keep this channel lovely and honest. So let me get my phone. First day, we made roughly about £150, 140, £150. And that was really successful in my eyes. That was the cost of the stand, the stall fee was £150. So I had made that back by the first day, which meant anything I made on the Sunday was a bonus. So altogether, I had made £250 in card payments and then a further £150 in cash payments. And that equaled a total of £400. Take away the £150 stall fee, altogether I made £300 across the 2 days, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for my first event, and considering we were out of action at peak time on the Saturday and we were out for quite a while, I don't think it's too bad. I've learned a lot. I know what kind of sells, what kind of doesn't, strategies that work, which I will share all in another video once I've done Hampshire Pet Fair and I've really nailed it down even more. But for those that are worried, just do it, because the worst that can happen is you lose a couple of £100. And the difference is I bought loads of stock, worried I would sell out. And I'm going to be honest, my toys did not sell like I thought they would sell. I thought toys would sell really well, but they really didn't. And I'd spent an awful lot of money prior to the event on stock, specifically toys. But at the end of the day, toys don't expire. So they'll come with me to Hampshire Pet Fair. They'll go online to my website as well, which just means it gives more options now. And nothing's going to go to waste. Everything will eventually sell. If need be, I'll do a live sale because they also do really well. So I haven't lost anything from it. All I've done is gained, and it's just proved how strong I really am, that despite everything that was thrown at me in the first 24 hours of the event, I still managed to come out with what I would call a success. And other small businesses may look at it and go, well, that was peanuts, you made absolutely nothing. But we all have to start somewhere, is how I try and view it. So that is the breakdown of my first ever market, my first ever dog event. And I can't wait to continue to meet all of your lovely doggos and continue to go to all these dog events throughout the year. I'm hoping to go to a lot more next year, which will mean investing in a van, but we'll see. And I hope this has opened up to the truth of the fact that not everything goes smoothly, not all the time you see the whole picture. Like, I could have quite easily cut out the disaster we had on the Saturday and the fact that I did have a mental breakdown. I did want to quit. I don't have any videos of the state of what the store actually looked like at the time of the disaster because I was too busy crying, and that's okay. It's okay. Things go wrong, but I've learned that everything needs to be pegged down in order to stop any of this happening again. It was a costly mistake. It could have been a lot worse. Nobody got injured. Nobody got hurt. You know, it could have been the gazebo flying away that would have cost me an awful lot to replace, and it's brand new. So in the grand scheme of things, everything worked out, and sometimes these bad things happen for you to learn and to improve. And that's the whole point of running a small business. Not everything you'll know straight away, but every time you do something, you'll learn. So thank you for watching. If you came to the event or are planning to come to Hampshire Pet Fair, then thank you, and thank you for your continued support, and let me know what other videos you would like to see. Bye!